Welcome everybody, welcome back to our channel, our little French dream and big journey. My name is Sally Ann. Andy is at work, there's no change there then. First, I'd like to say thank you to all our new subscribers. It really does help us, so thank you very much and welcome back to everyone. I thought I'd pop on to give you an update. Some things have moved and some things have stalled. So with regards to the process, if you looked at the last vlog, we were talking about the fact that we needed to submit a business plan for the sheets, which needed to be approved before going for the visa appointment. That website has now been down for 5 weeks. Coincides with an upgrade to the ANEF system on the 28th of September, and strangely enough, shortly after that, nobody can get on. So we have set up a Facebook group for all people that are in the same situation, and we're all waiting to see if we can access. Essentially, we just need the system to acknowledge who we are, send us an access code, and then we can download the appropriate documents. The Ministry de l'Interior website then sends them off to the local prefecture, who reviews the business plan and sends it back saying yes or no. After which, we can then go to the TLS appointments for our visas and hopefully gain them. So we have emailed the Ministry of Interior themselves, and I've called and tried to speak the best French I possibly can. We've gone through the websites and used their contact pages. We've gone to the TLS centre because obviously they are having appointments with people with inappropriate, incomplete documents. We've been to the visa centre, we've been to the consulate, essentially nothing. The only acknowledgement we get is, yes, we know that there is a major problem with the website. Please bear with us and keep trying. So there's nothing we can do on that side. Good side, we've had diagnostics report back, or say good side. We've had one regarding the building. I personally am not sure that somebody went out to do that. And the reason being is that there are words in there that say west wall material unknown. Well, really, I think you could see that it's stone. So I'm not sure that anything we can do with that, or it's going to give us any additional information. They did make it a little bit of a cock-up, which was in our favour. Instead of sending somebody out to do a septic tank report, what they did is sent somebody out to empty the septic tank. So from our perspective, that means that the septic tank is nice and empty. We don't have to do that. It needs to be done every couple of years. We still get the septic tank report, but it also means they know where it is. When we did the first viewing, they said they didn't know where it was. So that's now been resolved. The Compris de Vente is ready to be signed next week with an English-speaking notaire. We are going to go in person so that we can do a second viewing on the house. That will allow us to go into the attic, which we couldn't do initially. We're going to take our own ladders and do that. When we do sign the contract, we need to make sure that the clauses, for instance, the planning permission is not back, the outlining planning permission. We need to make sure the house is signed en tontine with regards to inheritance, to stop forced inheritance. We do need to make sure the avis favourable is in there. There's no point in us having the houses, the barns, the dairy, etc. if we can't do anything with them. So that all needs to be made sure that it is in. The notaires do not like to do en tontine, but this one has agreed that he will. And that was really important to us. Otherwise, we'd have just gone somewhere else and got another notaire. Going over in person means that we don't have to pay for power of attorney to do that remotely, which saves us about £150. And if the the English-speaking notaire turns up in person, we don't have to pay for the court-assisted translator, which would have been €190. We do, however, have to spend £276 on another ferry and €246 on the gîte. And then obviously we've got petrol, food and everything else to do. So there is a cost, and that has took the overall cost so far to just under £7,800. So it's still quite a bit, which doesn't include anything like the deposits or anything related directly to the house. So yes, it's all the things that we've purchased and all the things that we've had to do so far. Once the Compris de Vente has been received, whether it be in English or French, we have to pay the notaire's deposit within 8 days. So I'm just looking at getting that sorted. We also have a 10-day cooling off period, which is fine. But more importantly, the notaire at that point then advises SAFER that there is some agricultural land for sale, and they have a right to buy that first. Once that's come back, if they don't want it, which I'm hoping they won't because they haven't done so far, then Andy will hand his notice in, and I'm sure things will start to move quite quickly thereafter. So I'm still researching the Entente. The basics of it do stop forced inheritance. So, for instance, Andy and I have been married for quite some time. Andy has 2 children by 2 previous relationships. If we were in the situation where, unfortunately, he died in France and he died first, his half of the house would go to the children, and I would be left with the other half. There has been a lot of controversy over, things in the past, so we just want to keep it clean. If I die first, I don't have any children, so everything that I have goes to Andy. So we're just making sure that it's essentially like in the UK. So we need to do a bit more research on that, because when we both pass away, we actually want the grandkids to have the house rather than the kids. So there's a little bit of work that still needs to be done. So we're back there next week in terms of that. I'll be taking the laptop because you don't get advance notice, or not a lot of advance notice, regards to the preliminary contract. So I do want to make sure I can convert that to English if it's not supplied in English before we get to the meeting. So there we are. That's an update. Thank you for watching as normal. And if you haven't, if you could consider subscribing, it really does help us. And if you've got any questions on anything we've done so far or the process, please just pop us a comment, and we hope to speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.